Hello traders, this is a DAX recap video for Friday, February the 1st. In front of us is the updated chart that was posted before the open. And today we had the NFP report released and also we had the Deutsche Bank earnings before the open, but better reaction market already had yesterday when the news came that of possible merger with Commerzbank, and we had this move, and it was an outlier day because the US market was heading up and DAX was diverging from them. And today nothing really happened much on both markets. There were sideways moving markets pre-NFP report and after. I said about these zones, and all the action was really here today, that these minor zones could be used as entries only if there is confluence with other references like pre-market high, lower fibs. And that is exactly how we used these zones today. So there was our opportunities. Here was the opening of the regular trading hours. All of this was pre-market session, and you can see pre-market range was pretty much inside the 50-55 points, nothing much really. Market contracting again, and immediately after the open, market just tested pre-market high and made a move to the downside. After that they were poking above pre-market high for some time, and here was, you see this poke, then another poke with a lower high, and then just balancing here. That is a signal that market really doesn't have the strength to go higher, and in that case this is our repetitive setups inability of market to go above pre-market high, and the pre-market high was inside the zone, at the top of the zone. So here, after all of this has happened, this is our entry point, and final target is targeting next zone, targeting a few points above the next zone and pre-market low. Here is the exit. I did that trade as a fast trade for just 30 points using this line here, just from here to here, 30 pointer, and close. And it's really not about here about me, about what I did. It is about what you did. How would you use these zones? And here is how another trader used this. This is Mr. Nowicki from Poland, and he said I did the same, saying about this chance here, short of the pre-market high, false breakout pre-market high, and he took 40 points. So it was a good trade. And later we had another opportunity here. You could take also this. This here was also a long trade, but given the fact that these are minor zones that we are waiting for the NFP report and all of that, this secondary here, when we had the false breakdown and then market pushed back above the zone, above pre-market low, and made the pullback, this was our entry for long trade, again targeting next zone above. And you can see in this environment, very boring day. I think it is the most boring day in this year so far, but even in this kind of environment you can do well, but you have to you just have to focus on trading the edges of the range. There's nothing for you to do this inside, never this. No, don't diddle in the middle, because if you will just zoom out a bit, this small range that provided two chances for us, either for 30-40 points or for maybe 50 points. This range here is in the dead middle of this bigger range where we have our main resistance and main support zones. So this is middle of the bigger range, and if it is middle of the bigger range, then we should really concentrate on the edges of that smaller range using this using these additional references for confluence, because if we didn't have this, though those minor zones are really not so good zones of support and resistance. You got to have some additional references to get a confluence with them when trading inside in the middle of some bigger range. As you can see from my example, I have shown my trade. The other trader have told us about his own trade, that this is doable, but you got to be concentrated on the edges of the range. On the bigger picture, DAX on 4-hour chart, this move was yesterday Deutsche Bank induced move. This whole structure, you see this, like it's very, very slow, smaller candles. It still looks like a bull flag, and bigger brother is looking much more bullish. They made a breakout of the range, tested it, continued higher, make a horizontal consolidation, and this is looking bullish again. And the final thing, Wirecard that moved DAX a bit on Wednesday, this small move was Wirecard induced move. Today it finished on minus 27%, but it didn't move DAX at all. DAX is still here. This is previous cash close. DAX basically closed unchanged, almost unchanged. So this is it about today's opportunity. Two smallish trades, one short, one long. Concentrate on the edges of the zones. If you took just one of those two trades and finish the day in profit, that is good enough for today. I wish you good weekend and good trading.